All I wanna do is zoom, zoom, and a boom, boom. Just shake your rump. All I wanna do is zoom, and a boom, boom. Just shake your rump. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Before I get started, make sure you subscribe to the channel and give this video a big thumbs up. You remember Nikash? He is 14 months now. He is fully a toddler. And we have gone through some transitions, so we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about the transition from infant to toddler, and I'll tell you about what we've experienced and how we've been dealing with it. All right, well, as you can see, Nikash is no longer sitting on my lap, and that's because his attention span definitely has not changed. He is definitely not interested in sitting in mom's lap, and that's okay because we're gonna talk now. So first transition that we dealt with, and that we're still dealing with, is that he started to walk. This happened, I wanna say he started walking just a couple weeks before his first birthday. He was definitely already crawling and everything, and he was starting to you could tell he wanted to try to stand up, and he was already pulling himself up to stand using furniture, but he wasn't walking yet. And I wasn't sure if he was gonna start walking by his first birthday, but then one day I saw him kind of using the furniture to crawl over to our side table, and then he suddenly just let go and he started to walk. The first few days of walking, they're not really good at it. They're really kind of wobbly, and they fall a lot, and they're not very steady. But it's amazing to see in a matter of about a month, he turned into a really good walker. The thing that we experience the most now with him walking, there are two things actually. He falls a lot and he hurts himself a lot, because the better he gets at being mobile and walking around and climbing and all of that, he starts to become more of a daredevil. The other thing that we're experiencing now is we have to really baby-proof. I started baby-proofing when he was crawling, and I thought that was the extent of it, but honestly, now that he can walk, baby-proofing became real. It actually became a thing where it was I was worried about him falling on the stairs, and I'm worried about him getting into stuff, and I'm worried about him pulling anything down or climbing anything. Now it is totally, totally real. So that's something you have to be aware of, is when they start walking, that's when baby-proofing becomes real. And I actually have a whole baby-proofing video where I talked about my experience, and honestly, it's even changing from there. I've definitely added some more stuff, so you can watch that. One of the next transitions that we've experienced is the transition from formula to dairy milk. I was really torn about giving him dairy milk from the beginning. I actually wasn't sure I wanted to give him cow's milk, just because it seems like such a strange thing, because I don't drink cow's milk. I'm lactose intolerant. So for his 1-year-old birthday checkup with his pediatrician, that obviously came up. I knew she was gonna tell me it's time to transition him. And I told her, well, one of the things that we experienced was sometime around 10 months, when he was 10 months old, he got a little bit of a stomach bug, and the pediatrician had told us to switch him from a cow's milk formula to a soy-based formula. He was not interested in the soy-based formula. I wasn't really interested in soy either. He just didn't like the taste, and I knew he wasn't going to, because it tastes different. So I tried a goat milk formula, and he was totally into it. It doesn't have as much lactose in it. It's easier to digest than cow's milk. So we started to put him on that. So he was on that from 10 to 12 months. It was still the Hale formula, but it was just easier on his stomach. So I had mentioned that to his pediatrician, and she said the reason why we put toddlers on cow's milk is because it's really a complete meal. It has the vitamin D in it, it has fat in it, good fat, it has protein. It's just this big dose of the stuff that your baby needs to grow. And she said, obviously you can get protein and fat from other alternatives. You can even get it from goat milk, but she said there aren't a lot of these alternative milks that have vitamin D, so you'd be supplementing no matter what. So if you're not giving that cow's milk, then you're supplementing. So I told her, well, could we do lactose-free? And she said yes. So we put him on lactose-free milk. He drinks 2 bottles of lactose-free milk in the morning. So when he first wakes up, he drinks a bottle, 7 ounces, and then around 10 o'clock, he drinks another bottle of 7 ounces, and that's the only time he drinks this cow's milk. And that's because I started to realize it was bothering his stomach still. So he's still a little bit lactose intolerant, is what we've decided. And the doctor kind of told us to be aware of this. She said that it might not be lactose, it might be something like a sugar protein that's in the actual dairy. That kind of seems like it's more that he's sensitive to, but we're not really sure. He likes to have his milk in the morning. I like that he's getting all of these things, so I let him have the 2 bottles of milk in the morning. At Trader Joe's, they have this coconut beverage, which is essentially coconut milk. They call it coconut beverage, and it has all of these different things. It has the vitamin D, it has the DHA, it has the calcium. It's really fortified. And so I give him that, and it actually has a couple grams less sugar than the cow's milk, and he likes it. It's delicious, and he seems to like it. So we put that in his sippy cup, and that's what he ends up drinking the whole rest of the day. So he gets about 2 or 3 sippy cups of that in the afternoon, and like 1 right before he goes to bed. Third transition from infant to toddler is communication. I'm not saying he's a great communicator yet, but he is trying. You can really tell. He says mama, 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 mama. I actually think mama has been what he's resorted to now when he just is not happy with something, or like he wants like us to know something. He just kind of starts being like mama, 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 mama. So sometimes he's referring to me when he says mama, 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 and sometimes he's just referring to like, get me out of here, or I don't want this or something. I think that's like, I don't know, for some reason it makes a lot of sense to me, because it's almost like, get me out of my high chair, mama, 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 and it's like, I want to be held, mama, 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 mama. Something about that makes a lot of sense to me, but he is saying mama, mama, mama. He is saying da 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 da, and then he's just kind of babbling in general. He's trying to say things. He screams a lot, in good ways and bad ways. He screams a lot. You've got a chair over there. I obviously have a nanny during the day when I'm working, and she's been really great about teaching him how to say, like, when he's done with food, he does this. He's like, he kind of just goes like, I'm done, I don't want to eat here anymore, in his high chair. And when he wants more of something, he goes like this, and he's really good at it. Sometimes he'll clap, because I think it's like, to him it's the same motion, but he knows that he can do this, and he can tell us that he wants more of something. Like this morning I was giving him strawberries with his breakfast, and he finished all his strawberries, and he looked over at me and he was like, so I gave him more strawberries. It's really cute. He's obviously trying to communicate. He realizes that if he tries to talk to us and tell us what he wants, then he's gonna potentially get it. Another way that he communicates with us is he takes your hand and he'll walk you towards, like, he walks me to the pantry, for instance, where he knows his snacks are. It's just so smart. It's crazy, actually, to see this kid that needed you completely to suddenly being like, I just need you to grab that for me, please. That's what I want. So with communication also comes the lack of communication. He realizes that he can't communicate some of the things that he wants, and that bothers him a lot, and that's leading to tantrums. So now we're really in tantrum phase. He gets really upset if he can't explain to us that he just like needs a minute here, or like that's not how he expected something to go, or he really wants something. When he can't communicate it, he freaks out. The tantrums have only gotten worse as he's like realized that he like has his own needs, and he has his own feelings, and he has his own idea of how he wants things to go. So that's what's coming with communication. He is not saying full words yet, which I hear some babies do, have like, they actually say their first words at 1. He's not there yet. He's saying mama, mama, ma, and da 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 da. That's about it. And the last transition that we have experienced is with his naps. Somewhere like, you know, right when he turned 1, you could just tell he did not want to do 2 naps in a day anymore. I feel like he experiences a little bit of FOMO. I don't know if every baby's like this. I suspect they're not all like this, but he gets a little bit of FOMO. So if he knows there's like, we have a visitor in the house, or if he hears like fun stuff happening downstairs, or he knows like, I don't know, he's just excited about something, he does not want to sleep that long. So he will definitely like narrow down his naps. And so we started kind of getting this sense, I started getting the sense that he was over taking 2 naps in a day. We used to do like 8:30 to about like 10:30, and then we would do another nap like for an hour in the afternoon around 3. That's over. The way we've transitioned it is he started taking his naps around like 10, and then we eventually moved it to like 10:30 his nap started, and we were just letting him sleep as long as he wanted. I'd put him down at like 10, he'd sleep for like an hour and a half to 2 hours, or I'd wake him up after 2 hours because I was like, I don't want him to sleep too much longer if he's gonna take his afternoon nap. And then you'd go put him down for his afternoon nap around 3, and he would not have it. He'd stand up, he'd start screaming, he'd be mad, throwing a tantrum, and I just realized like, I'm not gonna force it anymore. He does not wanna do that afternoon nap. Now we're starting to move it until 11 a.m. And we're letting him sleep as long as he wants, up to 3 hours. With the time change, he was going to bed at 7 p.m. As soon as we had daylight savings, we suddenly started to have this like 8 p.m. schedule, and he has not changed from that. So when we go backwards with daylight savings, he's gonna probably start going back to bed at 7 p.m., but right now he's on the 8 p.m. schedule. But it also means that he sleeps normally until 7 a.m. now, whereas he used to wake up around 6 a.m. So, you know, there's a little bit of a later everything, I guess, with this daylight savings time. And that's his sleep schedule. So those are the toddler transitions we've been experiencing. Let me know in the comments below if you have any advice, anything that I have to look forward to, or any requests for videos you want to see. Also, you can watch our YouTube channel called Fam for All Moms. I host it there with my friend Sharzad, and we get a lot of experts and other moms in there, and we talk about lots of different parenting topics. We also have a private Facebook group called Fam for All Moms. We have a great mother group in there. They're basically moms supporting each other and being really awesome, sharing advice, and just talking. And I think that's always a wonderful thing, building a little community. So I'll leave a link for all of that below, and until next time, I will talk to you soon. Bye.